Hey everybody, Tony Phelan here with CompetitionX, and today we've got an unboxing of the Team Associated Factory Team F6 Formula One car. Pretty exciting release from Associated. But before we crack into the box, let's go over some of the other support equipment that they sent with the car. The first thing we have is a Reedy Sonic 540 M3 25.5 turn motor. We also have a Reedy black box, the 510R speed control, a Reedy 2S LiPo. Associated suggests using a short servo, a shorty servo, because the servo sits sideways in the chassis, and if a long servo would sit outside of the chassis itself, you'd have to cut the body out and all business. But since Reedy, Associated, or XP don't have a short servo, they suggested me getting something else. So I'm actually using one of my trusty Futaba S-Bus 2 BLS 571 SV servos. Great on-road servo. I use these in almost all my touring cars. Great servo. We're also going to add one of the XP F6 red taillights. Plugs into your receiver and an option and an extra port. Routes to the back and sticks out the back like a real F1 car. Pretty cool. As far as the body, we're going to go with a Protoform body. Protoform has a couple different types. They have the F113, F114, and F115. I personally like the look. I like all of them. They all look really good, nice and low slung and everything. But I really like the look of the F114, so that's actually the body that I'm going to be going with. I'm going to send this over. I don't paint. I cannot paint. So I'm going to send this over to Brad at F1 RC Labs. The guy makes sticker sheets of all the different F1 teams. Just beautiful. When you give him the body and he details the whole thing up, it's like a work of art. That's what I want. Otherwise, it's going to be white with like some stickers everywhere. So we're going to let Brad get working on this. All right, let's get this box open. As you can see, it's small. It's just the car kit, no electronics, no body, no wheels and tires. The wheels and tires, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go with yet. I think from previous experience with the UF1, we're going to use Pit Simiju's, but I don't know which ones just yet. So when we do the online build, I'll make sure I include that for both asphalt and carpet. All right, so the first thing we have here is, of course, the manual. It's a really nice manual. It's always been a good manual. We have the bag of carbon fiber parts or graphite parts. It's like the chassis, the bottom of the rear pod. It also uses graphite front suspension instead of standard plastic. That's kind of interesting. Other cars have used that and it's been pretty good, so I guess that's what Associated decided to go with. Here's also the plastic parts bags. We have the side links, looks like the center shock, some aluminum stuff in there, the servos, the steering unit. This car also does not require you to use Tamiya front and rear wings. They supplied their own wings, which is kind of good. I like that. Got the rear axle. It's a graphite axle, carbon axle. Looks like it also has an actual Kimbrough spur gear, and probably carbide diff balls. Also has the two black grease and diff grease. A little bag of, looks like a front body mount and body clips. Let's go with this one. The center spring, it also comes with 10,000 weight diff fluid and 30 weight shock oil. The 10,000 diff fluid is probably for the side to side damper, and the 30 weight for the center shock. It also uses, looking at this, it uses one of those servo savers that uses the spring that clamps onto the spring, and then you put the 3 springs on the servo-mounted servo saver. I'm not a big fan of those. I understand why they did this, to protect the servo, and I will build the kit with this, but it'll probably be the first thing that gets removed for a solid steering arm. I like the solid steering arms better. And then the final bag, well, not quite the final bag, more body mounts, side springs, and the bearings. It looks like the thrust washers too for the diff. The last thing is the sticker sheet. It has a sticker sheet, and it also has the antenna tube. And something else kind of cool is it's got a template for the body. So when you put this, you can cut this out for the carbon arms, so you're not just kind of willy-nilly cutting to find out whether it's going to work. This will put this on whichever body you decide to use, and it'll be perfect for the body. So we're gonna be doing an online build of this, so keep an eye out. We'll go from, well, basically a bunch of bags to a built car, step by step, and then we'll have an online video of the thing running and a full review on CompetitionX. So please keep an eye out for that. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot more of these cool videos coming out. So thanks for watching.